I'm Neil Edmonds, and I run the Power Project Finance course on behalf of IFF. Just to give it a bit of background, I've been training now at IFF for about two and a half years, and been running this course for that time frame. Before that, I've had about 30 odd years experience within the banking industry, and actually my career in project finance and power actually commenced with the first privatisations in the UK when I provided some facilities, some working capital facilities for the companies that were privatised, the power generators as well as the DISCOs, the regional distribution companies. So over that period of time, I've been involved in projects that relate to the UK, through to Europe, throughout the Middle East, particularly with the introduction of the thermal power plants in the Middle East, which were driven by a capacity and a variable element to them, which was involved in sort of taking the market risk away from power projects. That's evolved, and done a couple of deals throughout Africa, and now very much over the past 10 years or so, the focus has been hugely upon renewable energy and the way that industry has grown. The course that we run will cover the power sector. It will cover how the contracts are written, and there is a myriad of contracts that are now in place through capacity and variable cost contracts for thermal, the feed-in tariffs, the contract for differences, tolling contracts, and now we're getting a situation where we're looking at transactions, particularly in some Northern European jurisdictions, where we have no contracts and we're looking at potentially merchant-type transactions. That presents challenges in itself, and during the course we'll give you a little bit of background as to what's happened previously when we had merchant contracts and the difficulties that came out as a result of that. The course is split into three main units. We spend a little bit of time looking at what we call qualitative risk assessment, which is the understanding of the sponsors, the country in which a project is operating, the construction risk, and all the contractual type risk associated with the project. The second element will look at and understand the financing piece and looking at the cash flows. The course isn't designed to be a cash flow modelling course, but what it does do is look at the assumptions that drive the financial model in the first place, and how we've used the analysis we've done in the first section to drive the cash flow model. And then we actually have a little bit of an interactive process by putting the model up on screen and changing the assumptions and seeing how that impacts on the debt capacity. The third piece will be an element looking at the documentation for the project, which involves both the project documents, the offtake contracts, construction contracts, etc., and then the project document, also the finance documents, the ones that we're involved in terms of the lending perspective. And we'll look at how they all pull together and give us the protections that we need in terms of a lender. And the protections that are built into the structure are very robust, and are designed to give the lenders time to sit and negotiate and look at the areas where things have gone wrong and bring the sponsor back to the table to have those negotiation discussions. The course is designed to be very interactive. I thoroughly enjoy teaching it, and I think that comes across in my teaching style. I'm quite enthusiastic, bouncy. I've been called a little bit Tiggerish sometimes, but it's really a case of being involved, being just heavily pushing the understanding of the subject and trying to get everybody in the course to understand the nuances in terms of project finance. So we'll do that interactive basis by ensuring that everyone who comes on the course is invited and encouraged, very heavily encouraged, to ask questions and to promote debate on the subject as we progress through the course. And we also look at a number of case studies. I'll use case studies to develop points and show you illustrations from actual real-life projects, but also we use case studies to look at, so you can look at individual transactions and try to put in practice the things that we're trying to teach. So we'll give you case studies and you make a qualitative analysis, we'll look at the numbers, we'll give you a term sheet and get you to negotiate the term sheet. So we try and split the course into lenders and sponsors, as well as, and then look at the transaction from those different perspectives. So it's a very interactive course. Hopefully it's quite fun, and hopefully I'll see some of you over the next few months as you come and attend the course. Thank you.